Welcome back to the On Life podcast. Today we are speaking about something you've probably heard of from us, especially, and that is Champion Connect. A lot of people say, like, how can I connect with other online students? How can I connect with you as Online Life? How can I connect with alumni relations? Well, we have a tool called Champion Connect here on campus that you can use. And so we thought, what better way to talk more about this, get the message out there, than to have a podcast episode about it. So, Robin, who could we possibly have to talk about this topic?
I think the best person we could have. This is Dr. Greg Tilley. He is the Executive Director of Alumni Engagement here at Liberty University. So welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, podcast alum.
That's true. This is my second time in the hot seat. So this is great. I'm excited to talk with you all, and this is going to be a great time.
Yeah. So will you just start us off by just telling us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, and how you got here to Liberty?
Sure. Wow. At 1988, I stepped foot on campus for the first time, and it was so exciting back then. It was great to be in those earlier years and see how campus has grown. Dr. Falwell was a fantastic person to know and work with, and I had the privilege and an honor of actually getting to know him and work with him. After I graduated, I stayed on staff in the sports medicine department, and I was the head basketball, men's soccer, and men's basketball trainer back in the day. And so life was going great. Then God says, oh, time to continue your education. So I left, went to Atlanta, Georgia area, got my doctorate, and then I had a career in the sports medicine field through chiropractic care, 25 years in private practice. And then God once again says, oh, time out. Time for a change. And so my wife and I moved out of Blacksburg, Virginia, where we were in practice, and came back to Liberty, 3 kids here at Liberty. And so I really sort of like coming home for me. I've come back to where I started, and it's great to be back in the Liberty family where things began for me. Yeah.
So, like, from your perspective, why is it valuable for online students to begin building relationships with the alumni office even before they graduate?
Yeah, the thing is, don't wait. There's no reason to wait. And that's where a lot of folks think, well, I'm not going to talk about alum until I get out or I get my degree or my education process is over. Well, the good news, you don't have to wait. And so the engagement it can happen now as an online student. We encourage our students to engage with the alumni community that's out there. We have almost 300,000 alums in Liberty University. That's huge. That's a big number. And so we like to think that our current students can connect now with such a large population for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of good reasons to connect now and not just waiting until you get your degree or your education's over with. So, it's a great community. It's a great size, and there's a lot to be gained by engaging now instead of waiting.
Yeah, I really like the opportunity to like meet people who've already kind of walked in your shoes.
Yes.
You know, like as you're going through a program, to be able to get some advice or get some mentorship from someone who's been there and done that, who can really help you along is a great resource that I think a lot of students, if they knew it existed, would probably use it more.
Yeah, that's it. That's getting the word out, letting people know, hey, this is a great tool. It's free to use. It's at your access. It is at your disposal. And so we encourage folks to do that. And just like you said, I mean, I hear this all the time from different alums, some that were early on and some that just, have been through life and through their careers say, hey, if I only know now, or if I only know what I know now back then. And so that's an opportunity to share that wisdom that and life experience with current students. And I think that mentorship's a big piece of that.
Yeah. So Brian kind of teased this out earlier, but we have this platform called Champion Connect. Would you just be willing to share a little bit about, how it came into being and what's the purpose behind it and, how a student can use that to their benefit?
Yeah, it's a great platform, and it is a tool, and I want folks to see it as a tool. And so really the concept behind that, it is a Liberty University created platform for mentorship and for professional growth and for professional engagement. And it's for alums that have already been out of school and in their career, as well as for current students to connect and to meet each other and to learn from each other. So that's basically it in a nutshell. And the idea, it's not really a social platform. It's not like Facebook. It's not like the things Instagram like that. This is a professional platform, and it's for current students, online students, as well as alums, and it's a chance to get together, learn from each other, to fellowship, to engage, and just to grow together, and that's the idea behind it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
I'm on there daily.
Yeah, if you're on the online side of that platform, you know who Robin is. You've communicated with her quite a bit.
Yeah, and I like it because it's one of those, we can put information out fairly quickly on there, help students connect with each other. I was just looking at it this morning, and somebody was getting ready to go into a program, and people just jumped on, and they're like, oh yeah, they were encouraging them, giving them healthy tips, and so it's a great place. I'm a little partial to it. But
Yeah, well, I am too, obviously. Yeah, but I think, and really, it's to get the word out and let people know it's available, and then learn how to navigate it. It's fairly easy navigating it, and it's a helpful tool.
Yeah. And it's nice because you can search for, like, if you're in a degree program, you can search for people in the same degree program. If you're living in Atlanta area, you can search for other people in Atlanta and say, hey, let's meet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, I feel like it takes like the good aspects of social media and leaves all the garbage out.
Yeah.
And just like the good aspects of that, some good like LinkedIn type stuff in it.
Right.
This kind of gets all the good stuff from everywhere and just kind of puts it into one place.
Yeah.
Something that we do on our team is when we actually start every team meeting with prayer, which happens a lot here at Liberty. But we actually go into Champion Connect and find, we have a prayer request group in there, and we make sure that we try to pray for some folks from our prayer request group. And that's been really cool too, just for us to kind of start every meeting with that at the forefront, as far as like, this is who we're here to serve.
Right. So you bring it up. There's a prayer board there available, which I think is important. We also have a job board and a directory. So if you're looking for someone, you can type them in and see if they're connected. And if they're not connected, there are ways and avenues to invite them to participate and connect into that platform.
Can you search like in your area, like where you live?
You can. There's the geographic location, as well as Robin said, some professional. Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of students, sometimes they feel like they're kind of on their own and alone in this process, when they might have somebody, right in their same town that like, hey, they can go get coffee and do homework together and stuff. It's like, you don't have to be alone.
Yeah, so you bring that up. That's why we have chapters. One reason. And we have over 15 chapters right now, and we're continually growing those. But I'll tell you a story from a chapter. The couple came to one of the chapter kickoff, the events, and long story short, they realized they actually were neighbors, and they did not know they were online students. And so in that neat, and so they're like, oh, I didn't know you were a Liberty student. I didn't know you were either. So all of a sudden, this is the word I use, and when I go to these chapter events, is fellowship. I think that's an important part of the Christian life, and I think it's a biblical concept, fellowship with other believers, and like-minded folks, and if you're in the same degree program or not, there's still a connection is liberty, and so that's just an example of not being alone when you think, oh, I'm on an island. No, there are others around you, and you can get the support from those.
Yeah, and those chapter events, what I love about it is you invite alumni, but you also invite online students.
Correct.
And the one we had in Dallas, I met one gal. She was in the Doctorate of Strategic Leadership. About 30 minutes later, I met another gal, Doctorate of Strategic Leadership. I was like, you two need to meet. Right. And they just spent the rest of the night chatting. Like, it's a great way, a face-to-face way to interact with alumni and online students.
That's true. And that's the title Connect, right? And Champion Connect. And it is for Liberty family, not just alums, not just the online students or residential students or parents even. We invite parents of students to come and be a part of that. I think that's important as well, because it is a Liberty family. And so the connection is crucial. Yes, online, but also in person, some opportunity to do that as well.
What are some maybe practical ways that online students can use Champion Connect just to build like lasting relationships and prepare for life after Liberty? I know we've mentioned some of them.
Yeah.
But like, what are some more ways that students can kind of take advantage of what that platform offers?
Well, some programs, it's good to have some type of a study after you get out and some mentorship. So mentorship's number one, and building relationships. And we did mention in person with chapters, that's definitely a way to get coffee, connect that way locally. But also there's internship opportunities. And so it's important for some degrees require an internship. So you can help find locations that are looking for interns. And so it's connecting the pieces. I talk to a lot of employees, say, hey, I want to hire Liberty folks. We know what we're getting. They're a great commodity. And so connecting the pieces from those who are looking to hire and those who are looking for jobs. And that's another good reason to stay connected to the Liberty family for career development, career opportunities, and internships.
Yeah. So thinking of the alum that, they've graduated, they've done their school, they've graduated, they've moved on. Why are they, like, a lot of them say we want to connect with the students. What do you think drives that?
Yeah, I think the passion for liberty. I think liberty changes your life. If you're an online student or if you're here residential, liberty, your life trajectory will be changed by your involvement with liberty. I truly believe that. I speak from experience, but I hear it all the time. And so because of such a great experience or such an impact, folks have a natural inclination to want to share that and talk about that. And so I think their affinity for liberty and love or passion for liberty is one motivating factor. Okay. Number two is, like I said before, folks that have lived life and learned, they want to share that wisdom. They want to impart that wisdom and experience onto other folks that are just getting out and starting their journey through their career and life and spiritual development too. And so I think it's a natural affinity for liberty and wanting to give back. What is that, the pay it forward thing, and you want to give back to those students that are getting out now and also help with the body of Christ. Again, I think as a Christian, it's an important part of what we're called to do, and that's to be part of the body of Christ. And so I think that's why, maybe more than any other school, alums from Liberty want to give back, help, support, and enrich the lives of those students that are currently going through it.
Yeah, I have some friends who've gone to other schools. We won't name them, but that aren't Christian schools. They don't have, like, the alumni might graduate and they might come back for homecoming or something, or they might donate some money. But, like, our alum really do love God and love liberty, and they want to pour in and they want to give back.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. That's an awesome family to be a part of.
It's the mission. I think to sum it up, I think it's the mission of the school that alums are just so passionate about.
Yeah.
So my answer would be the mission is what calls them back and keeps them plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fun. Like, I'll be different places in the country. I'll have my Liberty shirt on, and I will inevitably always have someone stop me. And they'll want to tell me their story about Liberty, their time here, what God did in their life, the friends they made, how it had helped them in their career. Like, I was out at the beach, had my Liberty shirt on, and the girl's like, "Hey, LU."
Yeah.
So driving through Richmond, went through a drive-through at Chick-fil-A, and same thing. One of the girls was like, "I'm going to go to Liberty." I was like, "Great, we can't wait to see you on campus."
Right.
So there is definitely a family here, and it is, you go anywhere and you will find a Liberty, either online student, a family, like somebody knows something about Liberty.
Right. Yeah.
And it's quite a phenomenon to be a part of.
It's an impact, and that liberty impacts lives. I think that's what the key here is.
Yeah. You mentioned a little bit about some events that the alumni office does, and us as Online Life, we do events, but we also are really trying to make a point to be at your events as well, because like we said, online students are also invited to yours.
Correct.
What sort of events have you guys done in the past that maybe we could kind of get an idea, like a flavor of kind of what those are like?
It's cool you say flavor, because every location is different. I've learned this doing, and like I said, we've got over 15 geographical type of chapters, locations. And so there is no cookie cutter. There is not one event that works in Richmond that works in Tampa, that works in Dallas, that works in South Florida. So we lean on our local leaders, say, hey, you live there. You're the boots on the ground. I'm sitting in Lynchburg. I don't know exactly the traffic patterns or what folks in, Tampa, for example, want to do, or what interests them. Or Arizona, for example. We did a zoo event in Arizona. They have an incredible zoo in Arizona, and so we did that. So we listened to our local leaders that we have established, and they let us know, hey, what would be popular, what folks in this area like, or some options. And so we look at our options. We do out-of-the-box type of things. We did a dinner cruise down in Tampa. We did a putt-putt mini golf event, and we've done the idea is try to be creative and not do the same thing twice.
Yeah.
But what works in Charlotte, we did a NASCAR Hall of Fame event in Charlotte, because a lot of folks like the racing down there. And so in Nashville, we're going to be at the Grand Ole Opry, and we're going to eat at Paula Deen's restaurant. And so, eating's my favorite part of these events. And we do take in local cuisine and local restaurant and
That's
local
cool.
attractions. So no cookie cutter, not rinse, wash, and repeat. This is what is unique to the areas. And so that's what we do. We listen to our alums and our online students, and we say, hey, what would you like to do? And each place has honestly been different.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Similar to the Champion Connect platform, I've seen people connect at these events as well, and just really go like, wait a minute, like like you said, you're my neighbor. What?
Yeah.
Like it's been really cool to kind of see those connections and those friendships forged. We have a student in particular that has come to all of our events.
Wow.
They've been all over the place. She went to Georgia, North Carolina, here, Lynchburg.
Wow.
So like it's been cool to kind of make those connections as well and
Yeah.
meet students along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you guys do these events, how do students find out about them?
Yeah, that's again the key is getting the word out. And so we have email blasts. We communicate through the Champion Connect platform. That's why it's so important to get plugged in, because there's an events calendar on that platform, and you can look and say, hey, oh, look, they're going to be in my backyard here coming in next month. I want to be aware of it. We also are involved with a new initiative called Convo on the Road, and that is huge. It's really an exciting, it's brand new. I know you were with us, and that's another way. We bring Liberty Convocation to different areas in the country. And our chancellor, this is his brainchild. I think it's a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just part of the many pieces that it takes to pull this off. And so one way to do that is communicating, hey, we're coming to your area. We want you to be aware of it. So emails, Champion Connect, Instagram, and we also try our best to get the word out through marketing and promotions efforts and endeavors. But you know what works better than all that is word of mouth. And so, we can do all we can do, but it takes each person to do their part. And it's if you go to church with someone that's a Liberty student, or you work with a Liberty grad or another student, spreading it word of mouth is crucial. Yeah.
You have any other? I'm just kind of curious. Like, do you have any other like cool stories that have come out of the Champion Connect platform, or like students meeting, or?
Yeah, there's several. I tell you what's been neat on the spiritual end. There's been some incredible spiritual growth. We've been told about some of the new mentorship program that we're just starting, and we're continuing to grow. By the way, it's in an infancy stage, and so it like everything, it will evolve into even bigger, better, and that's what we're excited about. But even the beginning part, we're asking for feedback, and so recently, one of the comments was, "Hey, I was able to grow spiritually because of my time with a mentor."
That's
and
great.
so to me, that's huge because what we talk about all this stuff. What really matters is what you do for Christ when it's all said and done. That's what matters, and that's what's going to last. And so, spiritual development. There's also been career opportunities, doors opened. That again, thankfully for the Champion Connect has allowed that to happen. Internship opportunities have been experienced. And like I said, careers have been advanced and developed through the tool. And so those are some sort of fun stories that we get to hear about. And continue reconnections, for example. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Connections. Hey, I went to school with this person. I didn't know where they went. They disappeared, and I was able to find them on Champion
cool.
Connect and refoster friendships that maybe 20, 25, 30 years have been dormant. And so, again, it's important to fellowship. It's important to reconnect those old friendships and former friendships and make new friendships as well.
Robin, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Yeah.
You're in Champion Connect every single day.
Love it.
What's your favorite part?
Oh my goodness.
Good question.
Which is my favorite child? Okay.
Some are more successful than others. But you love them all the
I
same.
love them all the same. I am just a big fan of just seeing. A lot of it is the new students. They come in and they're scared to death. I can't do this. I haven't been to school in 20-something years. I don't know how to do it. And to just see this community on here, just rally around them and just say, come on, you've got this. You have what it takes to do it. You can do this. I was reading some this morning of just people just encouraging each other and So that's probably my favorite part. The other, which I love just as much, is the prayer community on there, where somebody posted the other day, I just lost my job. I don't know how I'm going to afford school. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And a number of people jumped in, and they're like, I can't help you, but I can pray. And that's, and it's one of those, like, don't diminish what you can't do. It's, we are bombarding heaven for you.
Yeah.
And so it really has become a community. You see a lot of the same people on there. You get to know them. Sometimes friendships move off of that platform and they go more text or, real life or whatever. But for the time that they're on the platform there, it's been so encouraging to see people using it. Because we know the benefit of it, and we're trying to help other people know the benefit of it. And that's one of my favorite parts of it.
We kind of went all in on Champion Connect for online life. We had a different online community a few years ago, and we said, you know what, we're gonna move away from that. We want everything to be in Champion Connect. And we put all our eggs in that basket, and so far it's been really, really great. And it's been a great partnership with the alumni office too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you all are vital to the success, and so we're grateful for the partnership that we have. Yeah. And it takes a team, right? That's how, and we're on the same team. And I think, Robin, the word I would sum up with what you just said, the best part of this platform is community. And that's valuable. It is important for encouragement and for strengthening your faith and for getting your ability to just dig within and do what you need to do. And yeah, it's challenging. It is challenging out there, and sometimes you do feel alone. Yeah. But the community can come up right around you. And so when I walk into the room, I'm just one person, but what I represent is the over 300,000 alums that are behind me you don't see. And so that's the cool thing about what we get to do.
Yeah. A question we ask all of our guests, and you may have been asked this last time you were here.
So
you need to think of a new answer to it.
Okay.
But we love to ask everyone, like, what words of encouragement do you have for online students who are listening or watching this podcast?
Yeah. Well, the good news, I just said it, is you're not alone. Real easy. You're not alone. But when I'm at the chapter events, when I'm traveling and representing Liberty, whether it's Convoy on the Road or other chances I get to speak to different groups, I get just overwhelming response from online students that are there. And it's funny. Some of them will say, hey, can I get my picture with you? And I'm like, you don't want my picture, that's for sure. And they don't. What they want is just, I represent Liberty. Yeah. I actually work on campus, and I'm here every day. And that's what is so neat for me to see these students realizing it. It's like the lights going off. I'm not alone. Mm-hmm. Liberty cares for me. They are invested in my success, and they will give me the tools I need to succeed. And so, yes, it's frustrating. Yes, you've got a job, you've got a family, you've got other challenges as an online student, but you need to know you're not alone. And the community, the alumni, the Liberty family community wraps itself around you and wants to cheer you on.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Greg, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
If a student's listening or watching today and they want to get connected with your office, what's the best way to do that? Just Liberty/alumni?
Yeah, that's probably the quickest, easiest way. It's easy. You can find our website on there. You'll see the Champion Connect opportunity. You also get a chance to check out the chapters if there's any near you. We have other things. We have an online store. We have other opportunities to engage. And so, yeah, that's the just quickest, easiest way to find us, and so we can connect.
Cool. Well, if you're out there listening and you have some really cool stories from Champion Connect, or you have questions about it, or you want to even connect with Greg and his team, you can also email us at onlinestudentlife@liberty.edu. We'd love to keep this conversation going and just hear from you as our listeners and our students out there. So, well, Robin, are you ready to close up?
We can do this.
This has been another episode of the On Life Podcast.
Living in abundance wherever God puts you.